June 5th. Cleared all this last evening, about 4 hours straight, getting rid of all this brush that I had gotten rid of. Oh, geez, it must have been 2008 when I put this fence in. All this was 30 feet high, 30 feet thick through here. So I just went through and cleared it all again. Got all this done. I have to fix this fence because somebody went through the fence and took out one of the posts. So I haven't used this post for a couple of years. So I finally have gotten it back together and cleared this line. This post right here, you can see the tension that was on this corner post bent this. This is a brace line right here. I bent that right out. So, fucking mess. What a mess. Clearing all this out. Now I gotta string it back up. Hopefully. High tension wire is great because it gives a lot, but he really messed me up. And then he didn't pay for it. Disappeared, changed his number, couldn't find him. So, but all this is where it floods. This culvert in here is too small. So it all backs up in here and completely takes out this area. I'm going to clear all this brush out of here eventually, but it all fills back up through here. Now this is what they did, which should stop the rain, but it's not going to stop the backup when we get heavy rains. So what it's doing is all this water is going through here and sitting here, and it can't get out. So actually eroding this whole side of the road, my side of the road, really. Like you can see, this is way down. This is where the water gets up to, and it's a mess. And then what the state did is they put rocks here to somehow determine the water, or to slow down the water, I guess, which is totally wrong, because if you were to, this is part of the Champlain Canal water system right here that goes down and goes underneath 196. And so what they're doing is they're stopping any fish, because last night when I was in here I could see some fish that can't get downstream because they have blocked it off, so the fish can't get by here, any wildlife can't get by here. And what it's done is putting those rocks there is it's just eroded this even more. And you can see this. I mean, this is simple water flow problem, and they don't want to fix it. They don't like me. They don't like people that think too much. Washington County likes people that are subservient, obedient, and don't question anything they do. None of them follow the rule of law. None of them. They're Cuomo. I mean, they say they're Republicans, but they're really Cuomoists. Because any of them that are paying attention know the truth, that this is all a UN takeover, one world government, and they don't really give a shit about the people. So you can see the erosion, how bad it got. Right here, where this rock pile is, it's just eroded it right out, which is a mess. And it's just going to keep on eroding this. I mean, this used to be another 5-7 feet out. And now, because they put those rocks there, it just builds up in here. So, you know, I fought with DOT. There's multiple videos, there's a couple of videos about it. So what happens here is this water comes down here. My culvert washed out. That was a small culvert that I had in just so we could cross with the tractor on each side of the fence. But it washed it out because it's too small of a culvert right there, and that's, I think, an 18-incher. So the water's not flowing very well, or very much right now. But when it flows, all this water from the back of my house, all from that hillside, comes down, and there's a pond back there that we're going to dam back up again. We had to get rid of the beavers. The beavers were a mess here. So all this I took down last night. Now I have to get the line cleared. But this is a problem that they don't want to address. I don't know what their problem is, but you don't have government in New York. You know, you have they're all homo Satanists, I guess. I mean, you know, they want to get rid of people here. That's the plan. That's the UN agenda plan. Agenda 21. Look it up. So they're just fucking this up on purpose, putting those rocks there. And anyone that does wildlife or water life knows that blocking up a waterway like that is bad for aquatic life because it can't get downstream and get to the canal. Because this water comes in right down there where the guardrails are, and it crosses into 196 and it dumps into Big Creek and it dumps into Lock 9. And then there's a ton of water coming from Shine Hill Road, but this is all covered in another video. But this is 4 hours of non-stop with a pair of clippers to do this. And then I'm just going to let all this stuff die down a little bit and get it out of there. Then you can really see how bad it's eroded. It's bad. But, you know, they don't care. They answer to no one. They answer to absolutely no one. They're going to have to answer to God eventually. So, the driveway, it's actually a smaller one. They said it was supposed to be a 31, and they replaced it with a 24-inch. So in 1987, when this road was put in, it was DOT said it needed a 31-inch culvert, which was put in, and which was washed out multiple times before I started clearing. And now they put this one in. They piled these rocks up here, hoping that it'll stop it from washing out. I got horses up there. Should be coming out. It's so freaking hot out. And then here's my sign. 15% vote in Washington County since 2015. I'll go back further. I mean, there's no rule of law here. All the lawyers are a gang of criminals, legalized criminals, and they are just no one gets a fair trial. I mean, the public defender's office and the DA's office all work together. The DA's office, those are the people that decide who gets charged and who doesn't get charged and so forth. And you know, when I wanted to go to trial, and James Knox talked me out of it because he said we had to go to court. If we're going to go to trial, we're going to go to trial next week. And he said that Judge McKeegan already decided that regardless of the outcome, they're going to charge me for a gun, and it's like 6 years for a gun I bought legally 10 years ago with the SAFE Act. It's absolutely tyranny here. Complete tyranny in New York. And there are no Republicans because they would be standing up for this, and they wouldn't let crazy women get away with what they get away with. So they did a great job dishing us out. I have to give them credit. They did a really nice job rounding that off, and that'll be nice. But the problem is on the other side, which they have not done the right thing at all. And I'll film it once we get a good amount of water flowing here, which will come for sure. And this will be flooded on the other side and taking it out. And you know, the problem is that people are apathetic. They don't care. Most of these people are busy working, and they don't pay attention to the government. You know, as Ronald Reagan said, tyranny is only a generation away, and it's something you have to fight for. Nobody fights for it here. Everyone is too busy doing their own thing, but that's how they want it. I mean, there's a lot of hard-working people here in Washington County that are getting screwed over. If you look at all the grants that are done by Washington County, it's all the people with money. All the people with money are getting the grants. Isn't that weird, huh? Sounds a lot like what happened in Germany. And then as far as these farmers are concerned, the only farmers that are doing well are the ones that are heavily subsidized by the government. And that's the reason that the green light, they pushed it as, oh, the farmers, they need these people to have they need these illegal aliens to have driver's licenses because it's too hard on them. Well, I haven't had one in 8 years because of the SAFE Act or because of Cuomo's executive order at DMV, and that's a whole other video. But this is where this will flood when we get heavy rain, right through here. That's why I had the fence line back there. Another video altogether, but this culvert right here is too small. They have a 5-footer in on Shine Hill Road. I believe this is a 38, 36 maybe. I measured before, it's in the other video. So this will get flooded right up above this culvert. It's flooded over the road here before. And the road's been closed down multiple times because of it. And there's a lot of water comes this way from Shine Hill. And Dickinson, who owns Walker's, not Dickinson's, Walker's owns the property over on the other side of Shine Hill, which they cleared, like I cleared, and get to recover farmland, and it caused a lot more water flow, and it washed out Shine Hill Road. The culvert in Shine Hill Road was gone, so they put a big one in there. But, you know, Walker's, well, they get all, you know, they're a huge operation, and they get all kinds of money from the government. So they lickety-split tore up that road and put a new culvert in. Well, they had to because the road was gone. But now what it's done is it's caused a lot more water to flow this way, which is fine because the water needs to get off, and I think they did a great job clearing their property over there. But the water flow is outrageous now. And this is all part of the Champlain Canal system right here. That this right here where it goes underneath 196, that'll snake down through. I've walked the whole thing multiple times as a kid, and it will go to Big Creek and dump in. So, you know, I put up a sign here, Washington County, lied to and ruled by tyrants, run as Republicans. None care about you, which is the absolute truth. These people don't care about anyone but themselves. They're all taking big paychecks. You know, they're all just parasites, and people don't stand up to them. And people need to unite. This is the whole thing with America. They have everyone so divided. These are narcissists. Narcissists do this. They get you to blame somebody else. Divide and conquer. And that's about the truth. They're not Republicans at all. If they're Republicans, there'd be a lot more women in jail if they'd be taken care of, if they cared about family values, if they cared about gun rights. You know, this is a hit on me because they don't like good people, and they don't like people that think too much. And that's the problem, is most people just bow down to them. And people need to stand up because this is a beautiful area to fight for. And none of them are talking about Agenda 21. None of them are telling the truth because they know. They've probably all been promised big jobs when the New World Order comes into play, and thinking they're going to be the rulers somehow, but they'll be put up against the wall and shot, just like they did in many of these places. Nazis did the same thing. They had all these left-wingers thinking that they were going to come to rule, and they never did, because the plan is not to have any more towns or villages. The plan is to have sectors, which are FEMA regions, already divided. The United States is divided into, I believe, 11 FEMA regions. So that's what's going on here. And basically these people have sold out because they're not following any Republican values whatsoever. They don't care about family. You have to destroy the family. Destroy the community. Get everyone, doesn't trust everyone else. This is how tyranny happens. And that's what's happening right here in Washington County. And it's a damn shame, and I'm sure their plan is to, yeah, I think 85% of them they want gone eventually. I mean, if you look at the Wildlands project, that's where it states that this is supposed to be a very few human area. And I'm sure they plan on bringing more lefties up from the city to buy up the property, and that's what's happening to a lot of the farms around here. They're all getting divided up because they can't afford the taxes. The taxes are outrageous. I mean, my taxes here in town are crazy. I get no town services whatsoever, and you know, you just have to suck it up. And you know, Ted Dana Half, I mean, this guy got in the Post-Star and lied about this con artist that was staying here, robbed me blind, robbed my father blind of thousands of dollars, and he gets up and backs her. Isn't that something? And he's supposed to be a Republican. He's the furthest thing a Republican. Go to a town board meeting, you can't even talk unless you're addressed. I mean, it's out of control. They're all following the whole script of UN takeover. And that's what's going on here. Alright, I got work to do.